mean, she busted me up worse than any man has ever beat me up. She beat me up while I'm trying to drive, and I'm trying to like not wreck into parked cars and stuff. And I'm trying to stop. She's trying to jump out the freaking car door I'm going. So I'm stopping, and then she's trying to break my windshield by kicking it. She swings around and starts trying to kick me in my face. She's already beat the shit out of me with her hands. Now she's trying to kick me, bicycle kicking, and I'm just blocking. And so I finally get the car to a stop, to a halt. And she basically kind of rolls out the door and screaming bloody murder that I'm going to kill her. Like, what? So I thought, I'm going to go around the block. I'll go back, back around, and I'll go back towards where she's going. She's walking back towards that apartment complex that she lives in and where she was at. And I thought I'd give her, 10, 15 minutes to cool off and walk some of this out. And then I'll go by and swoop her up if she wants to be. And if she doesn't, then I'll just go home, And so I couldn't find her. Couldn't find her. I drove down every street every street, north, south, east, and west, in between where we were at and her complex, and couldn't find her. And anyway, the demons are getting more violent. The demons are getting more despicable and disgusting and lewd and crude and just nasty and just gross, and very violent. On our way back from Yakima and the argument we were having there, she raised up her fist like she was gonna hit me, like from the passenger seat here. I'd say 10 or 15 times she got close to doing that, and the only reason why she didn't is because she knew that I had my phone on record, and she didn't want to catch a case. And so, anyways, I guess you guys didn't really know all that. Just that, this guy Tanner, this Christian man, okay, who's got a wife, and from what I gather, she must be a wonderful wife if she's involved with the church, and she's willing to mentor a troubled woman like Makayla and try to bring her under her wing and try and help her work through some of her issues. For her husband to take advantage of my wife when she's at a point where she's very vulnerable, very easily swayed, and if it comes to like, hey, you want to go get high and mess around, you want to go get a room somewhere or whatever, you don't have to say that twice to her. Like, she's not going to argue no at that one at all. That's her favorite thing. So somehow, some way, that's what this guy did. Okay, I'm not sure if she seduced him or probably more along those lines. Like, she probably gave him that shaky booty, them fluttering eyes. Just like the proverbs warn about the woman on the corner. Her husband's gone on a long, faraway journey, right? And she seduces this unsuspecting passerby, and then her husband comes home and catches him and all that. You guys know the story. So, anyways, being that Makayla has a very serious spirit of Jezebel on her, I'm sure that's how it happened. In fact, I'm almost 100% on that she seduced him, but he did not say no at all. He was like down with it because they've been spending time every day since then together. At some point in the day, they're together, wherever they're at, whether it's at Makayla's mom's house, or I think he has a friend that lives down the road from Makayla's mom, or Makayla's apartment, or some cheesy motel room somewhere. They're somewhere together. They're doing meth together, and they are having extramarital sex. They're having affairs on their spouses. And I found out through her kids, 2 of them, like I said, and his wife doesn't know. She doesn't know yet. Well, now she's gonna know. So Tanner's wife, whoever you are, I'm telling the 100% truth. Your husband is having a sexual affair with my wife and has been for the last 3 to 4 weeks. So when you've noticed that he's gone for extra amount of time, or he's not where he was supposed to be, or he's not back when he was supposed to be, or anything and everything that seems off, even just a tiny bit, it's because he's with my wife. Okay? My wife, I told my wife I was going to make sure that you found out, because I don't believe that it's fair. Not that I know and my family knows and we're all embarrassed and hurt and you don't. That's not it. It's that you deserve to know what your husband's doing behind your back as a Christian woman who is probably most likely being submissive to her husband Tanner, and you know, taking care of the family, and you know, serving him and respecting him and honoring him, when he is not doing that for you at all. He is being a complete dirtbag, along with my wife, who's being a complete meth whore. That's the bottom line. And to me, it just doesn't seem fair that you don't know, that your family doesn't know, that you're not, that your kids, you know, I'm not trying to bring them into it, but like his parents, his, you know, you guys as pastors, I'm pretty sure it's Joey and Meredith. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm not for sure 100%. It's either him, Pastor Vlad, Pastor Pastor Jordan. That's really the only, you know, the ones that can really be. I mean, it's either Hungry Gen, Cornerstone, Sozo, or it could be even, I mean, the closest church to her is Life Church 7. And that's, you know, that's a very big possibility that's there too. It could be, I mean, I'm leaning more towards Cornerstone and Life Church 7. It's one of those two churches. You can pretty much not worry about the other two I mentioned, Hungry Gen, but they're just the possibilities, that's all. But my heart is telling me, my spirit is telling me that it's either Life Church 7 in Richland or it's Cornerstone Church in Pasco. And so it's Pastor Tim Seth is the senior pastor over at Life Church 7, and Pastor Joey Zamora is the senior pastor over at Cornerstone, and his wife Meredith. And so, you know, they need to know what's going on. You know, your parents need to know what's going on. You know, and I'm sorry that I have to be the one that's telling you this. I'm very sorry that you have to learn of this and find out of this from me. But there's nobody else going to tell you. I mean, I thought about going to the pastors of the churches that were the possibilities, and having to sit down with them and explaining what's going on, and have them confront him and have them inform you. But I can't even trust the pastors around here that they would make good on that and do what they're supposed to do biblically, which is confront the situation, inform you, and then confront him, and inform my wife that I know, and all that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just that's their role as pastors. But I can't even trust them to run with the ball, to take the hand off and run with the ball. And so this is why I'm doing it this way. And I would have contacted you privately had I known a last name, had I known exactly it's this church for sure. I just don't know. There's so many Tanners. It must have been the most popular name, you know, 25, 30, 35 years ago. It had to be, for a good decade, like the most popular name up here in Washington and the Tri-Cities, because there's a ton of Tanners. And I'm just hoping that, you know, with this post, you guys will be able to figure it out, and you'll be informed. one way or the other, and I'm just having faith in God that He's going to make that happen. And like I said, I'm very sorry that you had to hear it this way, and I'm very sorry for my wife and her behavior and her deception, because her last post to your husband was right in front of me, and it was about does your wife still want to be my mentor, and does she still want to do the volleyball thing? And I'm thinking that right there is what's going to go ding, 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 ding in somebody's head. It's some families at a church, whatever church it is, that are wanting to start a volleyball tournament, volleyball picnic, a volleyball team. I don't know, something to do with volleyball. And you've been talking about starting this thing up, starting this volleyball thing up, and with my wife, and anyway, her last text to your husband right in front of me that I know of, I'm sure they're talking to this day. I can guarantee they are. But the last one I saw was 2 days ago, and on the way back from Yakima, and it said, "Is your wife still want to be my mentor, and does she still want to do the volleyball thing?" That's what tells me it's 100% Jezebel. She's manipulating him into making sure that he stays on his wife about being her mentor, and keeping her around so that she can continue to manipulate him by basically threatening him. Well, if you don't do this with me tonight, if you don't go screw me, at this moment in time, then I'm going to tell your wife. That's what she's doing. It's gross. But you know what? I talked to every Tanner, and I know I talked to the one. I'm just not sure, and I can't say the last name until I am sure, because I said the last name on a couple of them that I thought it was, and it ended up not being the right one. And so that kind of made me look stupid and foolish. So, but to me, that's I know that I talked to him, just not sure which one he is. And he denied it. He lied. He denied it. He said you got the wrong guy. He said you're making a big mistake, and so on and so forth. And lied, straight up lied. Gave him a chance to come clean, and lied. So anyway, somebody out there knows who she is, what she's about, which Tanner she belongs to, which church they go to, and so on. They know it all. Somebody out there needs to take this ball and run with it, right to you. Okay? That's what needs to happen here. That's what I'm hoping will happen here from this post. So I pray that God blesses you. I pray that He blesses your children. I pray that there's some form of reconciliation that happens between Tanner and yourself, and their trust can be rebuilt, and that your family can continue on and move on and move past this at some point. But it's not fair that you don't know about it, so now you do. And feel free to contact me if you'd like. I have so much more information than what I've given here. I have a lot of text messages. I have some video where me and my wife talk about it for quite a length of time, and it's a pretty heated button heads argument about her infidelity and what she's been doing with Tanner. And it's basically her admission. I mean, it's her solid admission. She was so afraid that I was going to ruin your guys' lives, and that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I just believe that you need to be informed, that you deserve to be informed. And I'm not the one that did this. I'm not the one that opened up my legs. I'm not the one that pulled down my pants and stuck. I mean, I didn't do that. She and your husband did. And so she and your husband are the ones that are ruining people's lives and ruining people's marriages, and not me. And this is nothing new to her. I don't know about your husband, but this is nothing new to me. She's done this a lot. So anyway, for what it's worth, I pray that that you guys get through this, and that God, gives you forgiveness and um, gives you a trust back at some point. That's all I can pray for you, and that that He blesses you and your kids. And um, I'm not trying to wreck homes, and my wife is the one that's trying to wreck homes, and that's because of the spirits that she's got in her. And your husband's got the same spirits, I believe, some of them, anyways. And if he didn't, he does now. Um, so I'm sorry it had to come out this way, and just know that you've always got your advocate, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that will he'll be there for you through thick and thin. He's been there for me, and without him, I would have killed myself a long time ago, and probably her too, and whoever I caught her with, because it makes me mad. It makes me furious. So thank God for His Son Jesus, because without Him, I would have lost my mind, and I would have lost my life, and so would have a couple other people. So anyway, God bless. Sorry for having to do this on Facebook, everybody, but didn't know any other way. Have a great day.